Hey boys and girls, we're going to continue working on dividing decimals today, and what we're going to do is continue estimating those decimals, and I'm going to put the answer of the actual problem there for you, and based on your estimate you're going to place the decimal point. Okay, so we're basically doing the same thing, but now you're placing the decimal point in the answer. I'm going to show you guys a video on how to do it. There's going to be a worksheet as well. I want you to complete the worksheet, and I want you to attach it to today's assignment and then mark as done. Okay? Sound like a good idea? Huh? Sound like a good idea, buddy? Are you ready to work? Yeah, okay. Okay, so for dividing these decimals, you're going to notice a couple things here. We have the problem first up here, and then I'm going to have the exact answer here. The only thing this answer is missing is the decimal point. We have to figure out where the decimal point goes in the answer. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to do that by getting the estimation number sentence right there. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one. So I have 47.6 divided by 3.2. So I'm going to figure out an friendly estimation number sentence. So something friendly with close by 47 and 3. So let's think, my first initial thought is 40, because that's close to 47, divided by 4, because 4 is close to the 3. So 40 divided by 4 gives me 10. That's an idea. Or I can even bring this down to 30 divided by 3 equals 10, okay? Or I could bring 47 up to 50 and bring that 3 up to a 5. So it looks like my answer is going to be somewhere around 10, okay? So if my answer is going to be somewhere, the only reason I know that is because I have all my estimates, the answer's around 10. So now you got to think, where am I going to place this decimal point if it's going to be close to 10? Am I going to place it here? That's 1. Am I going to place it here? That's 14. Am I going to place it here? That's 148. Am I going to place it here? That's 1,487. Is that close to 10? Okay, so you need to think, what's close to 10? I know it's either going to be a 1 or it's going to be 14. I'm going to choose 14 because I know 14 is the closest to 10. So that's where I'm going to place my decimal point. So my answer is going to be 14.875. Okay, and the only reason I know it's going to be 14 point is because I know 14 is close to 10, which is all these estimates over here. The next one, I have an 81 and I have a 9. So let's think of fact families, friendly numbers. I know 9 times 9 is 81, so I can actually leave that as 81 if I want. I could do 81 divided by 9, which is 9. What else is close? If I want to put that to an 80, that's fine. 81 is close to 80, right? And I can change 9.4 to 8. And what does that give me? 10. Okay. I could also bring that 81 up to a 90 and leave 9.4 and make it a 9. Okay. So it looks like most of my answers are going to be close to around 9, 10, okay, maybe 8 or 11, somewhere around there. So now we have to place the decimal point. So I'm going to place the decimal point in the answer. Is the answer going to be, is it 8? Is 8 close to 9 or 10? Is 86 close to 9 or 10? Or is 865 close to 9 or 10? Well, you guys know 8 is close to 9 or 10. So I'm going to put my decimal point there in the answer. So it's going to be 8.65. So 81.31 divided by 9.4, the answer is 8.65. And the only reason I know that is because I did these estimates beforehand, which told me the answer was going to be around 9 and 10. Let's go to the next one. this one, I have 42.12 divided by 8.1. So I got to stay around 42 and I got to stay around the 8. Okay, well, I know 42 is close to 40. And I know 8 times 5 gives me 40. So I'm going to make 42 into a 40. I'm going to make 8.1 into an 8, and that's going to give me a 5. Okay, I could even go up to 48 divided by, because I know 42 is close to 48, and 8, I can keep an 8, and I know 8 times 6 is 48. Okay, and I'm trying to think of any others. I mean, you might want to do, you can make 42 a 50, right? And 8.1, you can move up to a 10, right? Because that's kind of close to 10. And that would give me 5. Okay, so I'm looking at, my answer is going to be around 5, 6. Okay, it's going to be somewhere around there. So I have a couple of choices here. So for 52, we got to figure out where that decimal point's going to go. I mean, I guess I could put it here, right? And then my answer is going to be less than 1. It's 0.52. Right? Is that close to 5 or 6? Or I could put my decimal here. 5.2, is that close to 5 or 6? Or I could put my decimal there, which is 52. Is that close to 5 or 6? Not really, right? So you guys know I'm going to put my decimal point right there because 5.2 is close to 5 and 6. And the only reason I know that is because those are my estimates. You got to make sure you have friendly estimates. Okay, let's do the next one. I have 390. And I have an 8. Okay, so let's see what we can do. Well, I know 390 is close to 400, right? So I know I can put an 8 there because I know 40 and 8 are in the same fact family because I know 8 times 5 is 40. Well, don't forget about this other 0 sitting here. So really, it's going to be 50 because I know 8 times 50, 8 times 5 is 40, and then you add the 0. Another one somebody might think of is keep this a 400, right? Because 390 is kind of close to 400. And 8.3, why don't we just make that a 10? Because that's kind of close to 10. So you guys know when we're dividing, that 0 cancels with that, right? So really all that's left is 40 divided by 1, which is just 40, okay? So I know my answer is going to be somewhere around 40 and 50. Okay, so if that's true, where am I going to put my decimal point? Am I going to make it 4.71? Is that close to 50 or 40? Am I going to make it 47.1? Is that close to 40 or 50? Or am I going to make it 471? Is that close to 40 or 50? Well, that's too big. So I know the decimal point's going to go right there because 47.1 is close to my estimate, which was about 50 or 40. Let's go to the last one. Now we're looking at 152. We're looking at 4. I'm thinking right now, I know 16 and 4 are really good friendly numbers. So if I make that 160, because 160 is pretty much close to 152, 160 and 4.2, I leave a 4. You guys all know what I'm thinking here. 16 divided by 4 is 4, and don't forget to add the 0. Okay, so I know my answer is going to be around 40. Trying to think of another one. Here's an idea. I can make this 150, because 152 and 150 are pretty close. And 4.2, what if we just made that up to a 5, right? Okay, because then I know 15 divided by 5 gives me 3. I can't forget my 0. I get 30. So I know my answer is going to be around 30 or 40. So now I got to place the decimal point in the answer. Okay, so 30 or 40. So is the answer going to be close to 3? Is 30 or 40 close to 3? Is 36 closer to 30 and 40? Or is 362 close to 30 or 40? Yep, you guys are right. 36 is probably the best one, 36.2, because that's between 30 and 40. Basically, all you're doing is you are looking at the problem here, you're looking at the answer, and the way you're going to figure out where that decimal point goes is you are going to make an estimate. Okay? Use friendly numbers like 16 and 4 or 15 and 5. Use things that are friendly. And then you're going to be like, okay, it's about 40 or 30, and I know if I put the decimal point there, 36 is pretty much close to that. Okay, again, friendly numbers like 40 and 8, that gives you 5. 48 and 8, okay, 50 and 10. Okay, there's all my estimates. It's about 5 or 6. So I'm going to put the decimal point right there because I know 5.2 gets me close. Rewatch the video if you have any questions. Think about friendly numbers and fact families that will work. Numbers with 0 are also great. And all you're doing, you're not finding the exact answer. You're just placing the decimal point, because the answer to 152.04 divided by 4.2, the answer to that is right here, 36.2. Okay, so all you're required right now to do is place that decimal point. Yep, she's still going. So that's pretty much it for today. You can rewatch the video if you have any questions or send me a message, and I'd love to help. Make sure you are breaking the rules with those decimals when you're estimating, and you are finding friendly numbers, especially with zeros and things like that. Use your fact families as well to help you. Okay? You want to say bye? Say bye-bye. Say bye. Bye.